Hey, yeah, Sunday. Not a lot going on with moving forward as far as treatment or anything like that. Everybody is kind of taking a day off. Happens. So I wanted to talk a little more about like some of the effects of ACC and the Cushing's disease that comes along with it, that is typically seen a lot. And one of the things that I've been dealing with is muscle loss, and that's been kind of a big thing, especially in my legs and lower extremities. It's been different, and I keep saying I'm going to work out, and then I can't find the energy to do so, or like the motivation's there. I don't want to lose anything, but the atrophy is bad, man. It's so my legs were swollen for so long because I pulled my hamstrings. That's kind of a funny story. We'll start with that, and this is a big indicator of where a lot of this could have been found. There was opportunity there that I didn't know, and the experts should have. It would have been awesome. We would have had a jump start, but it just, would have been, could have been, didn't happen. But so I'm walking, literally just walking on a sidewalk, and I misstep a little bit and fall over onto my front, and I smack my arms down. And I have this bruise here. It'll come back every once in a while, just because it does. And I get this bruise on my arm, and I'm like, oh man. But I felt this almost like pop in my leg, and I'm like, what just happened? And but I didn't fall on my back. I didn't fall on I literally went onto my front, and I'm like, why does my thigh hurt? Why does my ass hurt? So I had pulled my hamstring, and I kept walking and went on with it. And they're like, yeah, you just need to rest. You just need to rest. It'll be fine. But my leg swelled up really, really bad, and the bruising, it turned black, like my whole leg down to my ankle, and it would be black at different spots, and just completely just swollen. Like my thigh was this big. It was huge. My thighs are big anyway, but then you add on top of that all of this water weight and all of this swelling, and it's ridiculous. And that went on for like 3 months. And so we got worried. We went to the ER, and they did like an ultrasound on my leg. Didn't find any blood clots, which is what they were worried about. Nothing too, they were like, yeah, it's bad. I've never seen it this bad, but it's not terrible. The coloring was there, but the swelling was beyond belief. And they're like, well, you just need more sleep. And I'm like, well, can't. And back then, I would get myself to sleep by drinking. And that was a huge thing. Every night, if I wanted to go to sleep, I drank 2 to 6 cocktails. Big, heavy pours. Doubles, if I can do it. I'm not even kidding. Like, if I could get drunk enough to go to sleep, I would feel better. And everybody just believed I'm just an alcoholic. And that's all it was. But that was what was letting me actually get any rest. And then on nights when I would get rest, the swelling would go down. But that wasn't a lot of times. So then my left leg finally started to heal. And I was able to get the swelling down. I'm like, oh man, I can actually walk. I can bend my knee. It's starting to work. And I'm walking, and I probably had 2 days of that. And then I'm walking in our living room, and I literally just stepped down. And I felt that same pop, that same like tear on my right side. I looked over at my wife and I'm like, I just tore my hamstring again. She goes, no, you're full of shit. You're having PTSD. You're having an issue here. And I refused to believe it. And she did, man. She refused to believe that I had done it again. I wasn't doing anything. I just was walking. But it started to swell up and turn black. Both legs. Now we're just, because the left one can compensate for the right one being messed up. So now both my legs are mostly swollen. The left one is going down for the most part. You know, it's almost done. And then the right one is just horrible. And then, yeah. That just, it was crazy just to see that kind of swelling and zero healing. It took so long to heal. Couldn't get it right. And just nothing would happen. And that's part of the Cushing's and is the blood flow and the high blood pressure, and it was stopping everything from being able to get better. And I didn't know that, you know, every measure of my body is working just to keep me alive, fighting cancer and fighting this Cushing's disease. And here it is, not worrying about whether or not my leg is swollen because I pulled my hamstring. And that lasted all the way up to Thanksgiving, when we went down to see Vic's family, and we were there and enjoying it, and it was, yeah, I literally fell almost every day that we were there, like I was Pooh Bear, man. I just, everywhere I went, I'd stumble falling down, bam, and they're like, you're just drinking too much. No, I wasn't drunk. Just couldn't walk. And I had adrenaline through the roof, and nobody knew it. And that brought us up to Thanksgiving Day, where everything changed, and yeah. So with that, like, I'm always, with the Cushing's and the ACC, I keep getting new bruises everywhere. And my hands tear up, the ends of my cuticles, I'm always tearing up. They feel like crap all the time. They're always getting cut up or cut open, just from every day doing anything. If I touch something wrong, bam, they're cut open. I use a lot of hand cream, or skin cream or whatever, and my wife is amazing. She put different ones in each room so that when I need them, it's always readily available. It's in my bedroom, it's in my office, in our kitchen, just anywhere that I would be. There's hand cream. The same with one of the other issues is the eye swelling, and not being able to see, like the fat behind your eyes is trying to push out, and it's, ugh. So most of the time I have like dry eyes, and then sometimes it gets just really, really moist. But I I have dry eyes a lot, and so there's eye drops everywhere that I could be at. She made sure that if I'm there and if I'm thinking about it, I'll put in eye drops and make sure that, that helps. But it has really messed up my vision as well. And that's been a fun thing to deal with as well, because I got measured for new glasses back in October, and they still haven't shown up yet. And my last prescription, my cat stuck her tail in the fire of a candle and lit my side table on fire, and that burnt up my last prescription. So, that was like September, so I knew in October I was going to be able to go get new ones anyway. So I just waited it out like a month and found these, which is 2 prescriptions ago. And my eyes have gotten progressively worse thanks to, my affliction that I have. And so I'm working on with 2-year-old glasses, and still no idea where my current prescription is. And the people that we try to contact have been hounded a lot with the questions about whether or not they're even going to show up. Now they're already paid for, so I don't really want to go buy another pair. That's kind of crazy to me, to have to go do that. But it's getting to the point where maybe we have to. So that's kind of crazy. I can still see for the most part. It's just reading is really, really bad. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all part of what comes with all of this. The face swelling that never goes away, no matter what you do. With it being Sunday, I did hang out and do some self-care. I shaved my head, got that done, shaved my face. Yeah. Didn't do a lot today. It's also the oldest son's birthday, and he wanted a few special things, so we got that done. I was gonna make him dinner, and but we ended up having a huge lunch, and he actually wanted Raising Cane's instead, so we went and got him that. I'm gonna still make him dinner. Because he really likes the way I make smash burgers, and I'm into that. And it's like, I don't want you outside over the grill. He wanted it, he's gonna get it, and I'm probably just gonna do it tomorrow night, depending on whether or not we leave for Seattle tomorrow or Tuesday, but I'll keep you guys updated. That is the thing I'm most excited for. I'm ready to get started on treatment, and I can't wait to tell you guys all about it and how it begins and what it's gonna feel like. I'll chronicle the whole thing so that you know what it's like when I get the first chemo, everything. All of those appointments are Tuesday morning, so we're gonna start there, and that'll be a good time. Yeah, super excited. Very, very. Tomorrow, gotta work on recovering everything from the accident with the car, all of that. So that's fun too. Yeah, just things to look forward to. And today was just a slower day. Slowed it down, dealt with what we could deal with, and just enjoyed life. We just had a relaxing, chill day for the day. And I wanted to share with you what some of those daily symptoms are like. It's not all just the emotional piece of it. There's a lot of physical pieces to it. Losing the muscles in my legs butt is a lot. It makes it really hard to go up and down stairs or even to walk for distances. And I've noticed that one thing that I think is happening, and I don't like to talk about it, and I really don't like to think about it, is that I feel like the more I do, the harder it gets to breathe. And if you watch the other videos, you know that when they first diagnosed me, they said I had like 3 or 4 spots on my lungs. And then one of the last doctors I talked to said there's like 50. It's spread into your lungs a lot. So, and it's an aggressive cancer. And I really hope that that's not what's happening. And if it is, I really hope we can reverse it. Because this being hard to breathe stuff is rough, and I don't enjoy it. I don't know. It's been a day where I have reflected on a lot of what's happening with my body through this, and I can just say that I don't like it, and I need to work on it more. And I know that I need to just try to do more with it, try to exercise more, try to be more and fight more. And I can tell you right now that it's getting harder to be motivated to do so. And I hate thinking that I'm feeling sorry for myself. I don't like that feeling, and I don't like having excuses, and I don't like doing any of that. And but there's days when you fight very, very hard, and then there's days where you can barely fight, but you fight anyway. And today's been one of those days that I can barely fight. And I think I'm going to end it there. So, thank you for being along, and being here for while I'm becoming the bear. I'll talk to you tomorrow.